Happening world? B Marsh Boxing. I'm back at it with another boxing video. How's it going with y'all? So I just watched this fight. Two guys who got their ass handed to them by the man Dmitry Bivol, Zurdo Ramirez, and Joe Smith Jr. Okay, these guys are former world champions. Zurdo was a former WBO champion at 168 pounds, super middleweight, and the man Joe Smith is a former world champion also with the WBO title. Um, at what weight class? At 175 pounds. Now, this was a good fight, very good fight, a 50-50 fight coming into this fight. And Joe Smith Jr., man, let me hear what he got to say right quick. But, anyways, he ain't talking about too much. Um, Joe Smith Jr. started off this fight well. You know, he was applying pressure, had Zudo Ramirez on the back foot going backwards, and it was accumulation of punches that Zudo Ramirez was. I'm sorry, what's his name? Um, Joe Smith was landing. You know what I mean? He was throwing punches in bunches, throwing his patented power shots. You know, doesn't really throw the jab much. You know what I mean? He'll flick it out there a little something, but Gilberto Ramirez, he was looking a little befuddled by the pressure that the man um, Joe Smith Jr. was applying, because that's what he does. He's a Romeo on the front foot. He don't know how to take no steps backwards. You know, so in the first 3 rounds, man, it wasn't looking too good in my opinion for the man Zudo Ramirez. I gave him a couple rounds early, you know, because after 6 rounds, I had this fight a draw, 3 rounds apiece after six. I'm saying Joe Smith Jr. was looking good in the beginning, the first 3 rounds, but then the man Zudo Ramirez started to pick it up, you know what I mean? And he did what I've always known him to be, you know, for a Mexican fighter, the big, tall southpaw, you know, he can box. That's one thing about Zudo Ramirez. He can bang and he can box. And I mean, it's common sense. And he got a new trainer, Malik Scott. You can't stand there and try to trade with this man, Joe Smith Jr. That means you're playing into his fight. You gotta have some nice upper body movement, you know, and you gotta go to the body of Joe Smith, and you just gotta box. You gotta box a perfect fight. Joe Smith Jr. threw a lot of punches, you know, especially early in the fight. Bazuro Ramirez, he weathered the storm, using a lot of movement, counter punching, and now he was landing straight left hands. You know what I mean? He was now the one timing the man, uh, uh, Joe Smith Jr., timing his shots, making him miss, and pull countering with the straight left hands. For at times, even catching him with a double straight left hand. Of course, he's a southpaw. He caught him with some checked right hooks, turning towards his right. That was the game plan. You got to make the man Zudo Ramirez make this guy spin around, Joe Smith Jr., so he can set his feet to throw punches. When he's stationary, he can throw punches, or when he's coming forward, you know. But if you got to twist and turn the man, now Joe Smith is having problems, and Joe Smith caught a whole lot of problems in the second half of the fight. And to me, that's where he lost this fight, you know. Zudo Ramirez just started boxing beautifully. I haven't seen Zudo Ramirez box this well probably since when he beat the man Arthur Abraham to become a world champion at 168 pounds. Yeah, I mean, Zudo Ramirez, excuse me, Zudo Ramirez came to, I first started seeing him on my television screen probably at around 2014, them times, you know. He got that world title shot against Arthur Abraham, and he took him to school, a wide decision. He whitewashed him. Okay, I haven't been so much impressed by him. I'll keep it tall with y'all. You know, as far as his resume, you know, the couple fights with Jesse Hart, uh, Dimitri Bivol beat him. He has only one loss still, 45-1 with 30 KOs. So he has a great record, and he's here at Cruiserweight. This fight was at Cruiserweight, and he's trying to get himself and this was actually a WBO title eliminator. Who's a WBO Cruiserweight champion is, I believe, is Chris Billiam Smith from England. I think Zurdo beats that guy. I'm just keeping it tall with y'all, unless Zurdo, wets the bed that particular night if he gets a shot at this WBO strap. But I thought it was a perfect game plan Malik Scott drew up. You know, you got to make the man, uh, you know, what's his name? Joe Smith throws punches in bunches too, but then he starts throwing some hard punches, and they're a little kind of predictable. You could see him coming. So when you make him miss, that's taking up a whole lot of energy up out of him, and that's when you catch him. You know what I mean? And that's what Zuro did. The counter punching, the check right hooks, the straight double left hand straight down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? And the upper body movement in the second half was superb, and that's how he won this fight. Now I had this fight 6 rounds to 4. You know what I mean? I don't like the judges' scorecards. The judges basically had this fight 9 rounds to 1. They gave this man Zurdo Ramirez a cannoli kind of scorecard. I guess the man Oscar De La Hoya cannot, by no means necessary, have this man Zurdo Ramirez lose any fight. So even if this fight was mad close, I mean it was 6 rounds to 4. They made it 9 rounds to 1. I thought that was a bad scorecards from the judges. But nevertheless, Zuro did his thing. Very good fight. Way, way, way better than the fight we witnessed last weekend with Canoli and the man Jamel Charlo. Now, when you watch these guys like Zurdo Ramirez, David Benavidez, and other Hispanic, or let me say, other Mexican fighters, you can't help but feel sorry for them. That a man like Zurdo Ramirez, a guy who's 45-1, will never ever get a shot at the man Canoli because Canoli says he doesn't want to fight Mexicans. You know why he would say that, right? He would say he ain't fighting no Mexicans just in order for these Mexicans, like a guy like Zurdo Ramirez and or David Benavidez, who could possibly beat the man Canoli. They're gonna become what? They're gonna be neither the face of Mexico, and Canoli ain't trying to give no Mexican that opportunity. you know. But the man will fight a bum ass dude like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Baby Chavez. That's the type of shit Canoli's on. I feel sorry for a man like Zurdo Ramirez that he'll never get a Canoli fight. He ain't gonna get that big payday. He won't get the chance to become a Mexican megastar. Viva Mexico, cabrones. Dang, it's a damn shame, but Zurdo Ramirez, just keep doing what you gotta do, man. We know who is the real deal in this game and who's not. Be March Boxing. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Leave your thoughts and comments. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. And I'm gone. Hit the thumbs up. One.